Hey everybody, George Bruno here, also known as the Sultan of Silver in the hair industry. And I want to show you how you can grow a YouTube channel from 0 views and 0 subscribers to something that you can be proud of, and something that helps people and entertains people, and something that people go to on a regular basis. Stay tuned.
Well, if I called this Tech Tuesday, there's a whole bunch of people that would laugh at me. But I do know a little bit about technology, and I do know a little bit about social media. And it wasn't that long ago, about a year and a half ago, that I started this particular YouTube channel, just basically for my clientele. And then within 3 months, I saw the potential that it had. And as of recording this right now, I have about 37,000 followers. It's not massive, but it is respectable. So let's go over 30 things that can help build your channel. And I'm going to blow through them pretty fast, okay? Number 1, endorsements by other content creators, give and get. I wrote this about a week ago. I actually recorded this a week ago, and I didn't like the first take that I did. I just didn't feel right. I find that how you feel about your own video, whether you're like, delete it, start over, get a good night's sleep, start the next day, okay? That's going to be key to creating some decent content. That's also a good place to be when you contact other people. You need to be in the right mood, have the right attitude, have the right mindset when you're contacting other people about endorsing them or doing any kind of collaboration. So any kind of little feeling that you get, listen to that feeling. All right, 2, giveaways. I've done many giveaways that helps build your subscribers. You always want people to subscribe, like, and share. That's absolute key. 3, reviews. Doing product reviews is a great way to build your channel. People will start sending you products. I made a commitment to only do positive reviews, not negative reviews. I think I did 2 negative reviews, and it's not that I felt bad, but I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I think I've shared that with you in the past. I'm interested in sharing positive things. If I felt that there was something negative about a product, I would contact the company. I would get back with them and say, look, in all honesty, I don't feel that I could do this. And like I said, I think I did maybe 2 or 3 things that I wasn't real crazy about, and I ignored my feelings. We're going back to that first thing. And I went ahead and did them. And there's a lot of people there who will be happy to give quote-unquote honest reviews, and people have said, well, then it's not honest if you're not telling the bad reviews. I'll tell you where it's honest. Is before you press record. That's being honest and telling the company, I just can't in good conscience do this. And I've gotten into that habit, and I've done that, and it's respectable and it's respected. 4, optimize tagging. When I first started a YouTube channel, when it was probably in 2006, it wasn't this one, but it was just more of like a family kind of channel. I remember you would have to put in your tags, and this is before Google and YouTube. Google bought YouTube, and they started that voice recognition where they're extracting tags out of your content, out of your language. So as far as tagging is concerned, I don't think it's as important as it was in 2006, but I will tell you this. Don't ignore the tagging. And don't be afraid to put in phrases, not just words. People keep thinking words when it comes to tagging. It's not just words. It could be entire phrases and sentences. Because that's a lot of times people will type in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 10 words or ask a question. And that's okay to do that in your tagging. 5, collaborations with other content creators. How do you do that? Guess what? Just ask them. People have reached out to me and said, would you be willing to do a review or willing to do a collaboration, and we can work with each other. It'll be a win-win situation. 6, try different things and see what you're getting the most attention with, and experiment with your playlists. Now, when I look at like my top videos, my #1 video is on pipe smoking. Now, go figure. That is a complete accident, or I should say completely unintended, because pipe smoking is just merely a hobby for me. I had no intention of being a pipe channel or anything like that. I had no intention of being a beard channel or a grooming channel. I was a lifestyle channel for men and for women, and I ended up getting the majority of my subscribers being men because I started out with beards. Don't be afraid to veer off. You're going to lose people. Just say bye-bye. That's all. Number 7, news items relating to you or your channel, reaction and or opinion. And also put that in the tags and in the title as well. 8, cross-promote your other social media outlets and use them as drivers or funnels to drive people to this channel or to your website or to your business. Use humor. I have done several humorous videos, and I have a dry, it's not an over-the-top sense of humor, and it's not, you know, slapping your knee, laughing out loud, losing your breath kind of laughter, but it's, you know, there's people that get a little smirk on their face and give me a little thumbs up. But don't be afraid, no matter what your humor is, no matter how esoteric or private it is, don't be afraid to use humor. Number 10, continuously test the fidelity, interests, and transferability of your audience. Certain people are going to follow you for certain reasons. When you go to a new topic, those people might drop you. They might subscribe for 10 videos, and then if you change direction, they will unsubscribe or go somewhere else. That's perfectly okay. But also, just like I said, when it comes to the transferability, if you completely go to some, like if I just started doing like makeup reviews, because I am a makeup artist as well, if I started doing makeup reviews, you know what? I think I would lose 3/4 of my audience, because I'm not a makeup channel in that sense. And there's plenty of other channels that would do that, and I would start another channel if that was the case. 11, ask for likes. Tell people to subscribe. Like, I want you to subscribe to my channel right now. I want you to bang the thumbs up button, and I want you to share this video with someone who you think would appreciate this. 12, top 10 lists and lists in general seem to do pretty well. Now remember, these are tactics. This is not your strategy. If your overall strategy is like you want to leave your job and be a full-time content creator, you're going to have to, I'm only giving you 30, but you're going to have to do minimum of 100 different tactics that contribute to the overall strategy. 13, think who else is reaching your target audience and occasionally migrate there with your topics and mentions. 14, study your analytics and experiment with variables. Super important. Super, super important. When you start a YouTube channel, go to your analytics, and your analytics don't lie. As far as watch time, as far as the countries that you're reaching, gender, time of day that they're watching, right down to the very devices that they're watching your content on. 15, be a spectacle, extreme or counterculture. Do it. Just do it. Rule number 1 is thou shalt not bore at all. 16, teach a skill. Teach people how to do, everybody knows how to do something. I don't care if it's how to fry an egg. And maybe you have just like one little thing that you do differently than everyone else. Teach it. 17, do a project, like record the whole project. Let's say you do a 30-minute video on something. Break it up into 6 5-minute videos. My family would be really proud of me for doing that, because they would say, you're not good at math. I'm really good. 5 6-minute videos, or 6 5-minute videos. There you go. I show them. 18, be provocative or disagree with another content creator. You know who's good at that? Is like professional wrestlers. How they kind of like talk crap about one another. And you know it's kind of pre-planned. You know, and I was thinking of contacting a few people and starting like a, you know, a fake feud or something like that. But disagree, it's perfectly okay. Be provocative. There's no rules. 19, document a journey of learning, working out, weight loss, making money, which I'm doing a little bit of that. You guys, when you first tuned into me, I think I was about 40 pounds heavier than I am now. So you've watched me go through that. And it was, of course, stimulated by some bad blood work numbers that, you know, it was like change your lifestyle or die. So I decided, you know what, I'm documenting all of this. And it's actually prompted some people to do the same in their life, and I feel good about that. 20, determine what success is for your channel. Do you want views? Do you want subscribers? Do you want income? Do you want comments? What do you want? Do you want it to drive business to a brick and mortar store or to a website? Be very specific about what you want. 21, keep in mind there's an audience for everything. Doesn't matter, like I said, how esoteric or private your topic is, there's an audience for everything. 22, stay focused on consistency of posting. I used to post once a week, and then I was actually doing once a day for a while. I backed off once a day. Now I try to do at least a couple times a week. 23, determine if you are interesting. Are you an interesting person? Yourself. Are you interesting? And what can you do to be more interesting? Would you watch you? That's a tactic to be interesting. If you don't feel you're interesting, here, listen to this. Take acting lessons and act and portray a person who is interesting, even if it's not you. For instance, I am an introvert. Now, and you might say, how can you be an introvert? You speak on stages in front of 10,000 people. You've been an actor. You've been on television. You're doing all these videos. Believe me, when I'm on stage and when I'm on camera and when I've been on television, there's bright lights and I see nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I almost feel like I'm alone when I'm speaking. It's very rare that those of you who are speakers, you'll know that when you're on stage and there's bright lights, you rarely can see the audience. So you just kind of feel like you're speaking to a friend or family. I mean, you've seen speakers have to do this to see who's in the audience. That's how bright the lights are. And when you're on TV, they're even brighter and you see nothing. Absolutely nothing. 24, narrow focus can work, but it also has its downside. Realize that. You can get very narrow, but just realize that that narrow focus might limit your reach and the results in search engine optimization. When people Google a certain topic, are they going to come up with you? Are you going to be included in the right-hand column on YouTube for suggested videos, that type of thing. 25, keep loading the mental pipeline, reading and increase your mental input so there can be an output. In sales, we know this to be true. We call it the pipeline. Why do we call it a pipeline? Pretend there's a big old pipe, a big pipe, an opening at this end and an opening at this end. You load this pipe at this end here, but you have to keep loading it before something starts coming out the other side. You understand? That's what loading the pipeline is all about. Now that's a little metaphor for your head. If all you're doing is just watching videos and chasing shiny objects and you're not reading and studying, you're not going to be interesting. I say increase the input of information by reading and studying and not just gathering little memes and little facts, but actually dive deep into topics that'll help develop your brain and make you a more interesting person. 26. Is it a job or is it a hobby for you? For me, YouTube is part of what I do for a living. It provides substantial income for me that helps me support my family. That's something, so it's a job for me. This is not a hobby for me. It started out that way, but it ended up being a job that I love doing. That's why if you pursue what you love doing, it just doesn't seem like work. 27, test headlines for drawing power. Certain headlines, like the first 3 or 4 words in your titles, are going to have more pulling power and are going to rank higher in search engine results. So test your headlines. If something doesn't have the pulling power that you think it should have, change the headlines. And watch, within a month, you're going to have more people. And you can look at all the analytics for each individual video. 28, continually ask yourself, who is my audience? Look at your analytics. If you see that you're drawing a certain type, but you want this type here, start aiming your content and directing your content towards the more desired audience. 29, keep in mind the top 3 topics are money, sex, and weight loss. And anything relating somehow, even very loosely, to all of those, generally has more views and subscribers than anyone else. And then number 30, be happy when you get haters and critics. A sign that you're stimulating movement is haters. I didn't start getting haters till I was at about 1,000 subscribers, and then they started coming in. So I would say, let that empower you. Let it be a sign that you're doing something right. Don't let it discourage you. If you want to fire back at them, go for it. You know, every now and then I fire back at somebody, and I'm sure it surprises them, but don't be afraid to delete, block, and move on. It's not that important. It's not important. Don't take it personal. The thing that you should take personal is your responsibility to your audience and to your channel and its content. So there's 30 YouTube channel growth tactics. I want to do something like this every Tuesday, and I hope you benefit from it. There's got to be something in it for you in order for this to be valuable. So we'll do it again. See you next Tuesday.